Chosen One, pause right here for a moment. What I'm about to unfold has been concealed until this exact time. God has said, now it can be revealed. And you who are receiving this is not random. This is divine orchestration. You sensed it. The shift, the weight, the spiritual battles, the silence. But now it is lifting. The release is arriving. The revelation is unfolding. Those very things you assumed were delayed, denied, or destroyed are emerging from the shadows and stepping into the light. This is the hour heaven has been shaping you for. You stand at the threshold of fulfillment, and everything is preparing to surface. Truths that once remained hidden will now be uncovered. Promises you thought heaven overlooked are being delivered to you. This is not simply a seasonal change. It is a divine unveiling, and you, Chosen One, are standing in the center of it. Listen with intention. If you're seeing or hearing this right now, it's because God directed your steps here. Your spirit has been searching for answers, for affirmation, and this is the moment. The signs are unmistakable. The shift cannot be stopped. Before we enter deeper into this urgent revelation, I need you to take 3 actions. Tap that like button. Subscribe. We are on the journey toward 1,000 subscribers, and you don't want to miss the transformative messages ahead. Drop a comment with the number 99. This number holds great spiritual weight. And by releasing it, you magnify this message and signal to the universe that you are prepared for what is coming. If you are truly a chosen one, I know you'll stay until the final second. Your spirit is already bracing for the shift. But if you're not aligned, if you're not ready to receive this level of truth, you may not reach the end. But those who do, those who are prepared to honor this moment, your life will be transformed. Now let's dive into what you must understand immediately. You may have wondered for years why your soul has been uneasy. You watched others move forward while you felt paused, trapped in cycles of stillness and uncertainty. But that silence was never rejection. It was divine preparation. God wasn't overlooking you. He was shaping you to hear Him directly in a way that would shake the very core of what you thought you knew. This is no longer a quiet whisper in the darkness. It is a thunderous call from the heavens vibrating through your spirit. It's no accident you're hearing this. This is confirmation. You are not wandering. You are not dismissed. In reality, you are the one being spoken to right now. Out of countless souls, you were the one selected. You were marked by heaven for something far beyond the ordinary. There is a spiritual frequency only the chosen can detect. And if your heart is racing, if your eyes are welling up, it's because your spirit is recognizing what is true. God is finally revealing His voice, and He is speaking about you. Your entire life is about to turn because the divine spotlight has settled directly on you. This is your moment. This is your sign. 7 days. This is not just another number. In the spiritual realm, it represents completion, a countdown toward transformation. What has remained unmoved for years will begin shifting within days. What has been sealed behind unseen barriers will swing open, but readiness is required. Your spirit, your faith, your mindset must match the divine momentum. These coming 7 days will challenge your belief. Everything may not add up in the natural, yet something deep within will whisper, "It's time." You will sense the pull. You will catch confirmations in unexpected conversations, unexpected signs, unexpected dreams, and quiet, subtle moments. Do not overlook it. This is your divine turning point. Stay present. Stay sensitive. Do not miss the miracles being assembled behind the scenes of your reality. You are being aligned with favor, connections, provision, and breakthroughs you never requested. God has already given the command. Your role is to stand in unwavering faith and bold expectation. 7 days. Watch what begins. You weren't chosen because you were flawless. You were chosen because you kept going. While others stopped, you continued praying. While others sought loopholes, you walked straight through the fire. That endurance, that wounded yet determined heart, that is what captured God's attention. You were never abandoned. You were set apart. Here's the truth. The ones God elevates most are often the ones who have been crushed the hardest. That crushing wasn't meant to defeat you. It was meant to anoint you. You were being shaped, pressed, purified through flames. This is why your life felt like constant warfare, because hell sensed heaven's plans for you. No one explained that your scars were signatures, divine imprints confirming you are destined for a higher assignment. And now the time has come to understand the full truth. You are not ordinary, you are appointed. Your existence isn't accidental. It is a message waiting to be spoken into the world. The heartbreaks, the setbacks, the nights you cried, Why me? They were all scenes in a much larger divine narrative. Nothing was meaningless. Not the tears, not the disappointments, not the people who vanished. Every hurt carried intention, and that intention is now coming to life. You were never being harmed. You were being fortified. Just as metal is strengthened by heat, you were shaped by adversity. Your endurance became your qualification. God needed someone who wouldn't collapse under pressure, someone capable of carrying weight, and that someone is you. Look back now, not with regret, but with understanding. Every prayer that seemed ignored was actually redirection. Every door that shut was divine protection. Every delay was preparation. And now you're stepping into the season you were crafted for. Have you ever felt like you were stumbling through life with a blindfold on, trying to navigate a maze without a guide? That was the haze of transition, a spiritual shield covering what God was constructing behind the scenes. But that haze is lifting now, and clarity is about to erupt in your life. You will begin to realize why certain people walked away, why certain opportunities collapsed, why you were held back in ways that felt confusing. Then suddenly everything will click. What once seemed random will make sense. What once felt painful will feel prophetic. God is unveiling the blueprint. You'll sense it deep in your spirit. You'll feel it vibrating in your bones. This isn't guessing anymore. This is revelation. Prepare for divine instructions, heavenly strategies, supernatural understanding. The fog is clearing and you're about to see everything with new eyes. Waiting has a purpose, but there comes a moment when waiting turns into disobedience. Some of you have been pleading, "God, tell me when." And He's declaring back, "The time is now." Stop searching for perfect timing. The miracle is in your movement. Your destiny isn't some distant fantasy. It's a present reality waiting on your participation. You don't need extra confirmation. You need action. Every moment you hesitate, you disconnect from what's trying to come forth. Start moving and the path will form beneath your feet. This is not a time for second guessing. It is a time for holy courage. Your destiny is already unfolding. Heaven is supporting you and all creation is waiting for you to rise. So stop sitting in the lobby of fear. Your name has already been announced. When you're called, the world may not understand you. People will claim you've changed, that you're acting differently. But the truth is you're not losing your mind. You're waking up. Your spirit is shifting. Your frequency is elevating. And your old surroundings can't contain your new identity. You've outgrown certain discussions, habits, places. That isn't pride. It's alignment. God is pulling you onto higher ground. And that requires releasing the familiar to embrace the divine. Yes, it feels isolating. Yes, it feels uncertain. But that is the cost of elevation. Pay attention to what no longer resonates in your spirit. The unease is a sacred signal. You are not regressing. You're being propelled forward. And everything that feels off to you is actually heaven pulling you toward your purpose. You've cried, pleaded, begged for one unmistakable sign that your journey wasn't wasted. This is that sign. This is your confirmation that God heard every prayer, witnessed every tear, and has been moving even in the moments you couldn't perceive it. Stop second-guessing what your spirit already understands. This message reached you intentionally. Out of endless moments, this one is sacred. This one is divine. Your soul is not confused. This is the precise word you needed at the precise time it was required. Heaven is deliberate. God never sends signals without intention. If your heart is pounding, your spirit trembling, your eyes filling with emotion, this isn't mere feeling. It's divine energy. This is your sign. And now the response is yours. Change isn't approaching. It has arrived. You can sense it in the atmosphere. A divine shift is unfolding beneath the surface of your life. This isn't yet about outward achievement. It's about the inward transformation that unlocks everything else. This inner shift is holy, and it's happening right now. Your spirit is maturing. The way you think, speak, and respond is no longer what it once was. And that alone is your proof of growth. What once rattled you no longer moves you. What once pulled you no longer has power over you. Why? Because the former version of you is dissolving, and the new version is emerging. This is resurrection. This is renewal. Don't fear who you are becoming. It feels uncomfortable because it's new. But this new ground is sacred. You are stepping into your divine identity. And as you do, everything, your relationships, your choices, your destiny begins aligning. Let the shift happen. You're not falling apart. You're being rebuilt. The season of waiting has passed. What was held back is now being released. What was obstructed is now flowing. You've endured, you've evaluated, and now you elevate. not by coincidence, but by divine command. God has pressed go. Your breakthrough has been initiated. The delay was never rejection. It was alignment. It was God ensuring that when your moment arrived, nothing would be missing. Nothing would be unstable. No more false beginnings, no more almosts. This time, when it comes, it will be whole, undeniable, and lasting. But remember, breakthrough isn't only about what appears in your hands. It's about what transforms in your heart. Yes, you are about to witness miracles, but you are also about to become one. You are the breakthrough. The moment you accepted God's timing, heaven declared, now. You believed the battles were meant to break you, but they were designed to build you. Every tear, every heartbreak, every lonely night. These weren't meant for mere endurance. They were meant for elevation. You were being shaped to carry greater weight, to walk in deeper wisdom, to guide others through the very battles you survived. God never allows pain without purpose. The same pit where you wept will become the platform from which you rise. You didn't just endure it, you evolved through it. That depression, that anxiety, that heartbreak, you gained something eternal in those moments. Your scars testify that you are qualified. Stop resenting the process that produced your strength. The battlefield was your training ground. The fire was your purification. You were being taught to hear God when every other voice was silent, to trust when nothing added up, and to cling to faith even with shaking hands. And now you're prepared. You were never created to blend in. You were crafted to stand out. You've always sensed you were different, and it's true. While others chase after trends, you carry truth. While others settle, you sense a higher calling. And this moment right here, this is your awakening. No more shrinking your light to keep others comfortable. No more doubting the gift within you. It's time to step fully into the identity you were born with. There is a divine assignment attached to your name, and heaven is sounding the call. Rise, chosen one. Don't wait for another signal. This is the one. The world doesn't need another imitation. It needs your voice, your strength, your story. You are not broken. You are branded by God. And now it's time to walk like it, speak like it, move like it. Wake up. The world has been waiting for your yes. For too long, you've just been trying to survive, holding your breath, hoping something finally changes. But God never destined you for mere survival. He destined you for abundance. Survival was your training season. Now comes your thriving season. You were not meant to stay stuck in survival mode. That was the wilderness. Now the promised land is appearing before you. Your gifts are activating. Your identity is stabilizing. Your heart is mending. This isn't hype, it's harvest. The struggle is transforming into strategy. The drought is coming to an end. This next season won't be about proving anything. It will be about becoming everything God placed within you from the beginning. Not what the world tried to mold you into, but who heaven always knew you were. It's time to move from surviving into thriving. These next 7 days are nothing ordinary. They are prophetic. They are saturated with divine timing. What you choose to do within this week could unlock the next 7 years of your life. That's how vital, how critical, how spiritually charged these days truly are. You will witness patterns break, prayers answered, ideas flowing freely. Don't approach these moments casually. Fast, pray, reflect, move, speak, forgive yourself, take action. The heavens are wide open. The timeline of your life is shifting. You're stepping out of delay and into divine acceleration. Expect confirmation. Expect uncommon favor. Expect clarity. Because when God marks a moment, miracles follow. Don't merely hope. Prepare. Don't simply wish. Worship. Don't just wait. Walk boldly into what has already been ordained. These next 7 days are an invitation to the rest of your life. There is a plan. You may not have seen it fully, but it has always been present. Woven into your DNA, echoed through your dreams, hinted in your passions. And now it's unfolding right before your eyes. This is divine orchestration. Not luck, not chance, not coincidence. The right people will appear. The right doors will unlock. The next steps will become clear. The blueprint is surfacing because you are finally ready to build. God doesn't reveal plans to passive hearts. He reveals them to those prepared. And you, chosen one, have been refined through fire. Do not miss this moment. The blueprint isn't only about what you accomplish. It's about who you evolve into. Align your heart, sharpen your vision, anchor your faith. Because once you align with this divine plan, everything changes. Not just for you, but for generations to come. It's easy to look back at your lowest seasons and believe they were detours, wasted years, or meaningless pain. But what if I told you the wilderness wasn't a place of abandonment, but a place of anointing? Every dry season, every silent stretch, every long night in darkness was holy ground. That's where God shaped your spirit. That's where He separated you from noise and attuned your ear to His whisper. In the wilderness, masks fell away. Counterfeit friends faded. Distractions were removed. And what remained? Just you and God. It's where you learned to walk by faith instead of sight. It's where your roots grew deep because there was no applause, no spotlight, no validation. You weren't performing. You were being processed. What others mistook for stagnation was actually divine preparation. You weren't buried. You were planted. And now the things God cultivated in secrecy are about to blossom publicly. People will ask, "Where did this version of you come from?" And you will smile, knowing the wilderness raised me. So do not resent the distance you've traveled. Do not despise the quiet seasons. That wasn't a pause. That was preparation. God wastes nothing. He uses everything to forge His warriors. And the one emerging from the wilderness is you. Now you're wiser, stronger, and finally ready. Time has lied to you. It whispered, "You missed your moment. You're too late, too far behind to catch up." But heaven doesn't operate by earthly clocks. God doesn't rush miracles, nor does He panic over delays. You are exactly on schedule in His divine timeline. Your journey hasn't been straight because your calling isn't ordinary. Others may have rushed ahead, but what they built quickly, you will build on a foundation that endures. God has been aligning every detail, every connection, every opportunity, every choice to ensure your destiny unfolds perfectly. This season may have felt like circles and setbacks, but what appeared as delay was actually divine positioning. Like a master strategist, God has been arranging pieces you couldn't see, setting you up for a breakthrough move that will shift everything instantly. So breathe. Release the pressure. Stop comparing your pace. You're not behind. You're being positioned. And when your moment arrives, the speed of your rise will leave others saying, "Where did they come from?" But God will know. You were aligned the whole time. There are areas within you, the dreams, the passions, the abilities that were buried. Somewhere along the way, you forgot who you are. Trauma shrank you. Fear muted you. Other people's expectations made you settle. But heaven never forgot the blueprint. God still sees the bold, creative, fearless, wonder-filled version of you. He remembers the gifts He placed in you before you were formed. And now He is reviving everything the world tried to silence. He's resurrecting the real you. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are. The one who dreamed courageously, dared to try, believed the impossible. You haven't lost your calling. It was buried. Buried under the weight of life. But now the Spirit of God is breathing on those old embers again. You'll start to feel it. Subtle nudges, resurfacing childhood dreams, sudden sparks of creativity, and unexplained pulls toward purpose. That isn't coincidence. That is heaven reminding you that your calling never expired. You are still chosen. And everything you forgot, heaven has kept in full memory. You thought the breaking would end you, and in many ways it did. It shattered the version of you that relied on ego, applause, and fear. But look now. What's emerging is stronger, wiser, authentic, and anointed. Blessings don't always appear wrapped in success. Sometimes they arrive through breaking. God allowed what you built to fall apart. Not out of anger, but out of love, because He refused to let you remain in something too small for your destiny. The breaking was a rescue. You had to discover life beyond what you thought you needed. And in that loss, you uncovered something greater. God was enough. That moment of surrender became your turning point. What left your life created room for what was meant to enter. Now, when you speak, there's depth. When you lead, there's compassion. When you pray, there's authenticity. The blessing wasn't just the breakthrough. It was the transformation that came through the breaking. Some people will bring up your past because your growth unsettles them. Don't shrink. Don't defend. Just remember this truth. You are no longer who you once were. And that alone is proof that God has been working. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It looks like walking away, choosing silence, valuing peace over pride. It looks like forgiveness, patience, starting over. That is strength. That is growth. That is evidence of God shaping you slowly, steadily, intentionally. Your spirit has been upgraded. Your discernment is keener. Your heart is gentler. Your vision is clearer. You refuse to tolerate what you once allowed. That's not loss, that's elevation. So stop apologizing for outgrowing old versions of yourself. You're not changing to please anyone. You're becoming who heaven always designed you to be. Let the old chapters close. The new you is being written in the ink of grace, wisdom, and authority. When you said yes to God's call, you didn't just shift your own journey. You shifted your entire lineage. That single moment of obedience is echoing through generations. You're breaking cycles, dismantling patterns, and planting a new spiritual legacy. You may not see the fullness yet, but heaven sees it clearly. Your children will walk freer because you confronted what tried to destroy you. Your family line will flourish because you stood where no one else dared to. Your yes made you a pioneer, a chain breaker, a